Picture this. Your wife just gave birth to your first child. She's exhausted. She's healing. She's running on like 2 hours of sleep and pure adrenaline. And your mother, shows up with a birthday gift. And inside that gift bag, a floppy beach hat in January and a wine glass for a woman who just delivered a baby 5 days ago. Oh, and the wine glass? Broken. Shattered right there at the bottom of the bag, like it wasn't even worth bubble wrap. Now, you might be thinking, okay, bad gift. It happens. But I need you to stay with me on this one, because this wasn't a bad gift. This was a message. Okay, so let me back this up and tell you about Marcus, Dana, and the woman who made their life a living chess match. Marcus and Dana have been together for 6 years, married for 3. And from day one, like literally day one, Marcus's mom, Linda, had a problem with Dana. Nobody knows exactly why. Dana's sweet. She's kind. She's the type of person who remembers your coffee order after hearing it once. But Linda? Linda looked at this woman and decided she was the enemy. And here's what makes Linda dangerous. She's not the type to scream or throw things. No, no, no. Linda is polished. Linda is church on Sunday, casserole at the potluck, smile in your face energy. She doesn't come at you with a sword. She comes at you with a gift bag, and that's so much worse. And look, before we even get to the gifts, you need to know something. Linda once looked Dana dead in the face and told her to leave Marcus, just straight up said it. Like it was advice. Like she was suggesting a restaurant. You should really think about moving on, sweetie. That's a direct quote. She said that to the woman her son chose, the woman her son married, and then had the nerve to show up at Thanksgiving with a pecan pie like nothing happened. So that's who we're dealing with. That's Linda. Now let me tell you about the gifts. Because the gifts are where Linda really showed her whole hand. So Dana gets pregnant. First grandchild. You'd think this would be the thing that brings everyone together, right? The moment Linda softens up, yeah. No, Dana's a few months in. And she's dealing with all the pregnancy stuff, the nausea, the sensitivity to smells, all of it. And one day she mentions to Linda, just casually, like making conversation, she says, "Oh, the smell of alcohol has been making me so sick lately. I can barely walk past a bar without gagging." Normal pregnancy thing. Totally normal. And Linda hears this. She absorbs this information, and you know what she does with it? She shows up at Marcus's house the following weekend with a bottle of whiskey. For Marcus. Hands it to him right in front of Dana. "Here, baby, I got this for you. You should have a drink. You work so hard." Now, this family, they don't drink. I need you to hear me. They are a strict, no alcohol, church-going family. Nobody drinks. Nobody. Linda has never once in Marcus's entire life offered him alcohol. Not at his 21st birthday. Not at his wedding. Never. But suddenly, the moment Dana says alcohol makes her sick, Linda becomes a bartender. And Marcus, okay, look, I love Marcus, but at this point, he's still giving his mom the benefit of the doubt. He's still in that space of like, maybe she forgot. Maybe she didn't connect the dots. Because that's what you do with your mom, right? You don't want to believe she's capable of being cruel on purpose. So he brushes it off. Dinah doesn't say much. She just kind of looks at him with those eyes like, "Are you seeing this?" And he sees it. He does. But he files it away, tells himself it's a coincidence. But then, but then, their anniversary comes around. Dana's still pregnant. And she'd mentioned to Linda, again, just making conversation, just being a normal human being, that she couldn't eat deli meats during pregnancy. Doctor's orders, standard stuff. So what does Linda get them for their anniversary? A giant charcuterie board. I'm talking a massive spread of deli meats, cured sausages, prosciutto, the works. For a pregnant woman who specifically said she can't eat deli meat as an anniversary gift. Like, happy anniversary, here's a platter of everything that could hurt your baby. And she wraps it up with a bow, a bow. I need you to sit with that for a second. Because at this point, this isn't bad gift giving. This isn't cluelessness. This isn't, oops, I forgot. This woman is keeping notes. She's listening to every single thing Dana says she can't have, she cannot do, she's sensitive to, and then gifting it back to her like a weapon wrapped in tissue paper. So now let's fast forward. Dana has the baby. Beautiful baby girl. And you'd think, maybe you'd hope, that would be it. New chapter. Clean slate. The woman just made you a grandmother, Linda. Show some grace. But nah. Nah, because Dana's birthday falls in late January. 5 days after she gives birth. 5 days. She's still bleeding. She's still learning to breastfeed. She's running on fumes and love and whatever the hospital sent her home with. And Linda comes over with a gift bag. And Marcus is standing right there, watching his mom hand this bag to his wife, the mother of his newborn daughter, with this smile on her face. This tight little smile. And Dana opens it. A beach hat. A floppy, wide-brimmed straw beach hat. For a woman who lives nowhere near a beach. In January, in the dead of winter. And when Marcus's face drops, because it drops immediately, he can't even hide it anymore, Linda goes, "What? I thought it'd be nice. Y'all like the beach and riding around in that Jeep of yours." They rarely go to the beach. Rarely. And even if they did, she just had a baby. She's not hopping in a Jeep with the top down anytime soon. But wait, there's more in that bag. She reaches in and pulls out a wine glass. A wine glass for a woman who just gave birth. Who's breastfeeding? Who can't drink? And here's the cherry on top of this whole disaster sundae. The wine glass is broken, cracked right at the base, sitting in shards at the bottom of the bag. And Marcus says to her, he says, "Mom, why would she need a wine glass? She just gave birth." And I swear this woman, without missing a beat, goes, "Well, she could drink tea out of it." Tea. Out of a wine glass. That's broken. She could drink tea out of a shattered wine glass. That's the explanation. That's what Linda came up with. And you can hear it, right? You can hear the mockery in it. She's not even trying that hard anymore. She's barely keeping the mask on. It's like she's daring someone to call her out because she knows she'll just play the victim. She knows she'll flip it. And that's exactly what happened when Marcus finally opened his mouth. So Marcus pulls his mom aside into the kitchen. And he's trying to keep it together because the baby's sleeping and Dana's in the next room. And he doesn't want to make a whole scene. But he's done. He's finally done filing things away. He says, "Mom, these gifts are disrespectful. The alcohol when you know we don't drink and Dana said it makes her sick. The charcuterie board full of deli meat when she told you she can't have it. And now this, a beach hat in winter and a broken wine glass for a woman who's breastfeeding? I'm not stupid, Mom. I see the pattern." And Linda? Oh, Linda goes nuclear. Not yelling nuclear. Worse. That quiet, controlled fury where she makes herself the victim in 0.5 seconds. "I can't believe you'd accuse me of that, Marcus. I'm your mother. I spent good money on those gifts. I try, and nothing I do is ever good enough for that girl. That girl, not Dana, not your wife, not the mother of your grandchild. That girl." And this is the moment, right here. This is where Marcus could have folded. This is where, in the past, he would have backed down, said sorry, smoothed it over. Let Linda cry her way out of accountability one more time. And I think Linda expected that. I think she was already calculating the guilt trip, already loading up the "after everything I've done for you" speech. But something shifted in Marcus that night. Maybe it was hearing her call Dana, that girl. Maybe it was thinking about his newborn daughter sleeping in the next room and realizing if he doesn't stop this now, his little girl is going to grow up watching her grandmother disrespect her mother. And that was it. He stood up straight, looked his mom dead in the eyes, and he said, calm, steady, no yelling. He said, "Mom, Dana is my wife. She's the mother of your granddaughter. And if you can't respect her, you can't be around us, period. I'm not asking you to like her. I'm telling you to respect her. And if you can't do that, then we're done having this conversation, and a whole lot of other conversations too." Linda's mouth opened, and then it closed. because there was nothing to say. There was no angle to work, no tears that would fix this. Marcus wasn't angry. He wasn't emotional. He was just done. And that's the thing about people like Linda. They know how to handle anger. They thrive on anger because they can twist it, redirect it, play the victim. But calm, certainty, a man who simply decided, that's terrifying to a manipulator. That's the one thing they can't work with. She grabbed her purse. She said something about being unappreciated, and she left. And honestly, the silence after that door closed was the best gift anyone had given Dana in a long time. And I know some of y'all are thinking, that's it? She just left? And yeah, she did. Because here's the thing, people don't tell you about standing up to a toxic parent. The victory doesn't come with fireworks. It comes with silence. It comes with your wife looking at you like she finally feels safe in her own home. It comes with your daughter never having to learn that love means tolerating cruelty. Marcus told me later. He said the hardest part wasn't confronting his mom. The hardest part was admitting to himself that the pattern was real, that his own mother was doing this on purpose. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. A beach hat in January, a broken wine glass for a breastfeeding mother, a charcuterie board full of the one thing your pregnant wife said she couldn't eat, alcohol pushed on your husband by a family that never drinks. That's not bad gift giving. That's warfare. And Linda finally met someone who wasn't going to pretend the bombs were presents. So if you're out there and someone in your life is doing this to you, gifting you insults wrapped in ribbon, being cruel with a smile, making you feel crazy for seeing what's right in front of you, you're not overreacting. You're not crazy. You're paying attention. And paying attention is the first step to protecting your peace. All right, that one hit different, I know. But stick around because the next story, somebody's sister-in-law tried to wear white to their wedding, and what happened next? I promise you are not ready. I'll see you there.